Welcome to Motivation Central, the elite training center for your mind.
Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get my podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions. How do I record an episode? How do I get my show into all the apps people like to listen to? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is one of the one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading you this ad. Listen, every episode that you've heard from your boy has been done right here on Anchor. This platform is incredible. So what you waiting on? If you're interested in starting a podcast, make money doing it. Go to anchor.fm/start. Join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. One more time, it's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. What you waiting for? Let go.
I'm good to go.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna set this thing off. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Peace and blessings. This is Maestro Turner. Hitting you with some perspective. We got Timon Brown on the line. What up, Timon?
What's great, brother? How you doing?
Hey, you know what it is. The Post Series presents Quarantine Life. It's season 2, and we coming at you with some perspective. Let's get it. Quarantine
is what you should have actually been doing before the quarantine happened. And what I mean by that is this. If you are necessarily quarantining yourself, maybe on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, meaning that you're secluding yourself, isolating yourself from others, you actually can take that time to rebuild your mind frame, restructure yourself, and reset your pace and your place mentally so that you're always in the right place physically to take advantage of the opportunity of life. If you do not self-quarantine and isolate on a frequent basis and get to yourself and allow your thoughts, your thought process, your thinking to come through and for you to get clear on where you're going, then you ultimately going to have a whole bunch of nonsense on your internal. You're going to have a lot of internal conflict happening. So quarantine is actually something you should have been doing before this whole pandemic started.
Fear
is something that you choose to have. Fear is something that you actually acknowledge. Fear is something that you accept. Fear is something that you end up living within because you made the decision to do it. That's at the end of that. You decide to fear something. Nobody else causes you to fear. Don't get me wrong. They'll post things for you. They'll have media for it, but you have to look at it, you have to consume it, and you have to believe it to actually fear. Hope is another decision. Hope is another choice of yours. You can choose the hope, choose the fear. If you choose the hope, you are actually acknowledging and exercising your power as a human being and the power of thought. When you choose to hope, you are changing your reality. You are not accepting the reality that's given, and you're choosing to understand that you have a better opportunity to get to a better place than to live in a place that somebody is trying to give you. Money is a tool. Money is something that you get. Money is something that doesn't control you. Money is not the root of all evil. Your thought process is the root of all evil. What you think of something is the root of all evil. How you think and how you go about life is the root of all evil. When you think in a certain pattern, money is what you're going to use. Money is what you're getting. Money is the wealth that you have. Money is not just money as in paper or as in coins. Money is also the wealth that you need mentally, physically, and emotionally. So get your money up, period.
Poor
is another mindset. Poor is put on you. Don't get me wrong. Environment that's poor, you can have a situation that's poor, but you also can have a very poor mindset created by a poor environment, by a poor culture, by poor parents, right? And I ain't talking about money wise, I'm talking about the mentality that comes with it. So again, poor is a mindset that ultimately when you come to a certain age, a certain maturity, you understand that poor is a decision.
And we're gonna end it with last one. It is not one word. Let's do this. Social media.
social media is a blessing, and a curse.
Ooh,
Social
talk
media
about
is
it.
the ultimate opportunity for you to put forth your craft, your creativeness, and create a reality that you desire. Social media is your platform for you to get out there and network, to connect, to reach people that you once didn't have access to actually show people what you're capable of doing, what you couldn't do at first, to actually live in a small city, small town, but actually have a big performance, a big presence in the world. Social media gives you that platform to do it. Now you don't have to move to New York. You don't have to move to LA. If you actually have that gift within you, you can put it on social media and exist in the greatness of yourself without having to go to these places to do it. But on the other end of this, social media is also the curse that makes you think that you have to be a certain way, look a certain way, talk a certain way. It actually heightens the stereotypes and socioeconomic statuses that people believe in if you decide again to believe in it. Social media is the ultimate gift, but the ultimate curse if you are out here thinking that you got to sound like the next person, if you are listening to every voice on social media, if consuming everything on social media, just because it's out there doesn't mean that it's true. It doesn't mean that it's
Come
fact.
on.
And even if it is a fact, it doesn't mean that you must accept it. Just because it's posted, it doesn't mean look at it. Just because it's there, it doesn't mean you don't have to consume all of this stuff that they're giving you just because it's out there. A lot of this stuff is opinions. And just like a butthole, everybody got an opinion. You have to be conscious enough and aware enough to make the decision on what is it that you need to consume socially from the media that's getting posted. But if you continue to consume media from social being that's actually tearing you down, then guess what will happen to your mind? You will begin to become poor. You begin to actually think of your existence as unimportant because you're consuming things that's unnecessary. So instead of looking at the negative and consuming all of the negative, how about you just reel back and quarantine yourself from the consumption on social media, and then you sit here and uplift yourself by producing on social media. And if you're not producing on social media, get off. And if you're not going and looking at stuff that's producing something in you for you to go out in the world and do better, then get off it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the fireworks go off. Yo, this is Timon Brown at Timon Brown, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and TimonBrown.com. Bruh, let's break this down and then we out of here. Listen, y'all, we coming at y'all with a new episode very, very soon with the whole crew. We want to give you more and more content during these quarantine times. Fear is not real, but danger is. So we want y'all to be critical thinkers in this time and understand what is going on. So, Timon, notice I gave you certain words. All of those words was based on what we're going through and relevant to you know, yeah. So I wanted you to basically, you know, show the people how, you know, you can hear these words and a lot of times they're triggers for a lot of people. They trigger movies they've seen, they trigger all types of fear and anxiety. But when I said those words, it said a lot about how you think and how you view the world and how you view things. So it's just like, you know, how do you do that? You know, what are you doing day to day that you can get to people that they can just start to, you know, rewire themselves. So they when they hear these words, they don't think, when I say money, they be like, I don't have none. When I say war, you know, they say war, oh, the whole world about to blow up. When I say, you know, it's perspective, that's why it's called perspective, because you could say that word to somebody else, that same words we just saw, and it could have been, we said, and it could have been a totally different response. So how do you do that, bro? Or at least tell people a strategy on how they can do it.
You know, the deeper end of things is the reality that you got to make a decision on what you're going to believe on a daily basis. Of course, there's different steps for that, but you got to realize that if you have always had it hard in your life, or you have always experienced something in your life, trials, tribulations, or challenges, then what good does it do you to worry? I just want to ask you that. What good does it do you to worry if you already have done that before? So I would say for anyone that's out here trying to shift their perspective, I would say, how about you first acknowledge that you've had it hard? Do that first. If that's a problem, acknowledge what's actually holding you back from thinking in an optimistic or positive way or differently. Acknowledge it first. Don't run from it. Yeah, tell the truth. I think money is this. I think war is this. I think the world is this. Be real with yourself. But then I need you, secondly, after you be real with yourself, make a decision that you're not going to believe in that reality, and you're going to start to look at it in a framework that's going to be beneficial to you, because you already have acknowledged and seen what happens when you are constantly in that negative place. Like, there's no need to stay there. I lost my mom. I did this. I had to go to 3 different schools.
Setbacks.
And
we know all about setbacks.
It's setbacks. All go through it. No matter how much money you have, no matter where setbacks. You are in life, you will have setbacks, man. So if that is the case, I just need everybody to realize that you have the power to make the decision to view it in a different way. And the way you view your life, the way it will be. So I would say wake up in the morning and make a conscious decision and say it outrightly that, hey, today I will be positive. If you got to start today, I will be positive. Today, I will not be crushed by anything that comes against me. Today, I am the most powerful individual in the world. Today, I will shut everything down. That, man, like, you have to say whatever it is that's going to big you up. And yeah, it's going to feel funny when you begin, but when you continue to do this, your mind is going to believe what you constantly repeat and do. So start there. Acknowledge where you are having an ailment, right? Or where you having this mental lack. Then 2, make the decision to shift that. 3, create some type of affirmation or something that's going to trigger you to go get it. Believe in yourself. Definitely do that. And for me, I don't necessarily always have to say it in the morning, because now, after going through so much, I have an internal trigger that if I'm starting to be down too much, I instantly click in. Oh, nah, bro, I'm the type to be like, you're not going to beat the hell out of me without me fighting back. So that's my mind. I might have been getting beat up. I might have felt bad for a minute, but I'm not going to keep losing just because I feel down and bad. No, I'm always going to get up and fight you, no matter what. That's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. If I'm going to be in the dump, don't think I'm going to stay in the dump. Right? And that's come from that decision to shift that. So I give y'all those 3 things. Acknowledge what it is. Make a decision. Create an affirmation to say in the morning. And tell yourself this. And be enthusiastic. Be fake. Whatever you got to do. I don't care if it's running. If you got to run in the morning and say it, just for it to be ingrained in your mind, then do it. But say to yourself, today I'm that dude. Today I'm that woman. Today I'm going to kill everything. Period. And that you going to do it.
I got one question for the public. Y'all going to pick that up? That knowledge he just dropped. Boom. Let's go. Timon. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple. It ain't rocket science. Listen, y'all, we are out of here. Just want to drop some knowledge for you and be your light and your source for some artificial news, and also for some enlightenment, some positive vibes in these crazy times. We hope you are checking in safe. Please take this thing serious, because it is serious. And don't be silly, but be safe. We will see y'all next time. Peace.